Welcome back to episode 13 of Sonic Frontiers. I'm joined by my friend David. Say hello to the people.
Into one, my boy here.
In this episode, we finally conclude the main scenario of this game. However, this is not the final episode of the series. We will be doing the super final battle, otherwise known as the final horizon. And for today's topic, we're going to discuss David's deck because something is wrong. There's no way he has opened more packs than me, and somehow I'm winning more often.
I've only opened 3 packs, remember that.
You opened 4 packs. You opened a pack last month, didn't you, in March?
Oh! Wait, did I actually?
You opened a pack for
yeah,
March.
I did.
Yeah. I've only opened 3 packs total. You've opened 4.
Okay.
So what happened?
And it was also Metal Raiders.
Yeah, I opened a Metal Raiders pack, I opened a Retro pack, and I've opened a Spell Ruler pack.
So after what happened, I don't fucking know! I have no idea how I got shafted like I did. Go.
Anyhow,
Okay.
what I don't remember what we were talking about.
We're talking about the packs that I opened, how I got shafted.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's the thing, my packs, I barely got any spell cards. I did not have any crit spells. Heck, I barely even have any good spells to trap. Like, the best ones I have are block attack and not season desist. The one where if you take bound damage, the monster returns to the hand. Well, yeah, Begone Knave. Those are like the only 2 ones, and also technically a paralyzing potion, but that one's situational.
I'll also say the Hunt of the Underdog is a strong card.
Well, yeah, and I do have a lot of normal monsters. But those are the only good ones. I don't have anything to out you when you boost your attack points.
You might want to pick up some... Yeah, Magic Ruler and Pharaoh Servant are the way to go for that then.
Yeah, because at this point, that's probably the problem. I only got Metal Raiders.
Yeah, Metal Raiders is good. There's a lot of good cards in there, like Change of Heart, Mirror Force, Solemn, but you're not pulling those cards.
Yeah, I would have had 3 more Legend of Blue Eyes cards, but I never got those packs. They were never mailed to me, son of a bitch.
Well, maybe in the future when you pull them up, just open all of them in one go.
No, what?
I don't know. Like if we're in the middle of a month and you pull the packs, just open them.
Well, I probably will if I ever get them, but I doubt I'm ever
Keep your
going
volume
to.
down.
What?
You're raising your voice.
Assuming I ever do get them, but as far as I'm concerned, I've lost them. I wasted money.
You can ask for a refund on the side if you never got the cards, and they will give it to you.
The problem is, it's not the site that gets them, it's the seller.
Yeah, you're gonna get a refund anyway, so if the seller never gives you anything, you can still get your money back.
I guess I'll message them, but like, it's just BS.
It could just be a delay. The UPS is delayed all the time.
4 months?
Dude, I've had to wait months at a time to get certain items before. Remember, you know those Shuvi sleeves I have?
Yeah.
I had to wait 4 months for those because of delays.
But anyways, until then, I'm thinking I have no choice but to stick with what I got.
Yeah.
Which, well, they're good monsters, but they're mainly just monsters that I can't do much with.
Yeah, that's the issue, right? You're not combining your monsters with your spell cards to make cohesive strategy. You're just attacking and attacking.
Yeah, because I don't have much. I don't have any good spell cards to begin with.
True.
So until then, it's gonna be attack, and hope for the best.
I mean, if I don't open
something.
shit and you summon Blue Eyes, then I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark Elf is still probably my best card.
It's a broken card in this format. It's a slow format, so of course Dark Elf is good. But again, Dark Elf by itself cannot win the match.
I know.
Yeah. So that's the discussion on deck construction. What are we gonna say?
And at least for mine, what about your deck construction?
So for some reason, I think I had if you notice, I actually have a cohesive strategy. It's a combination deck. So I have cards to power up my earth monsters. I have cards to power up my water monsters. I have 3 random wind monsters for the Sylphid for the free special summon, which gives me access to tribute summons. My equip spells are searchable thanks to Kotets, which means that I don't go 2- for using them. Which, I think the issue is I actually formed a cohesive strategy around my deck too early.
Really?
I mean, you've noticed that you always see me draw the same cards all the time, right?
A couple of times, yeah.
Yeah, like Mystic Tomato searches for Chaos Necromancer or Armored Zombie. I can get the Ceremonial Bell with Shining Angel, and that reveals our hands, which gives me access to your hand knowledge. I have cards like Spear Cretin to revive cards, so do you. And the difference is my deck actually has cards that let me discard cards, and because of that, I can activate, say, Wicked Flaming Flambridge Bow, and discard a Sangha of the Thunder, for example, and I can just set the Spear Cretin. You attack into Spear Cretin, sure, you'll get a level 4 monster or something, but I'm gonna get back Sangha. The power level exchange is too high. The fact is, I found a way to cheat out boss monsters and you haven't, so that automatically puts me ahead.
Very true. And I can be like that until the next time I'm gonna get Magic Ruler,
or Pharaoh Servant. Both are good.
Pharaoh Servant, yeah.
Yeah. Pharaoh Servant also has Jinzo.
Can I mix pack, like get 2 Magic Rulers, 1 Pharaoh Servant?
Yeah. You can get any kind of packs just as long as they are within the parameters, and you can only get up to 3.
Right. I'm sure the guy who gets them from still have those packs too.
He probably does. Very few people actually buy that stuff.
But again, I need to ask, how are they still unopened packs from way back then?
Just some people didn't sell them. Some people didn't open them. Some people just collected them, and then they realized, okay, I gotta sell them.
I guess.
Yep. I gotta say though that I think Frontiers of the main series has the weakest story, but the best tone for the story.
I can agree with that, yeah.
Because the way it tells its story is really good. The problem is the story is not all that.
Yeah, that is true. I'm more interested in the backstory, what the place was, rather than what's happening right now.
And I think that might be an issue with the narrative.
What?
What you just said. You're more interested in the backstory than the actual story.
Okay, I see what you mean, yeah. That is kind of a problem.
Yeah, I should be interested in what Sonic is doing, not what the other characters are doing. This is a Sonic game.
Right. Oh, let's talk about... There's something we can't talk about, Sonic. Let's talk about their official canon timeline.
Sonic Advance is not canon anymore. Why?
Actually, from what I've heard, the timeline they show only highlights major events that happened. So, like things that Sonic Advance 1 was kind of like self-contained, really. So Advance 2 and 3 had General and Emerald.
Yeah. And they're also related to the plot of Shadow the Hedgehog, technically.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of why. But still, it's kind of nice we have an official timeline which showed that before everything, Dark Gaia was supreme.
Yep. That is true.
God. I think I asked before, what would happen? Who would win? Dark Gaia or the End?
According to the marketing, the End.
Really?
Yeah. If the End is supposed to be stronger than Infinite, and Infinite in the marketing was stated to be stronger than Solaris, the End would win.
Yeah, but can we really believe that?
If Takashi Iizuka himself confirmed that Infinite is stronger than Solaris, considering he's the one who fucking makes the games.
The maker can say things but it doesn't make any sense. Like, let's say the people of Capcom who said that in Mega Man DX, the copy thing about copy A is then based on Axel, when really it should be. We just ignore that and say it is Axel.
I guess. I mean, there is such a thing called death of the author. So it's kind of like how I'm trying to think of a series that did something like that. Oh, right, how J.K. Rowling said, "Oh, by the way, Dumbledore is gay." It's like there's nowhere in the text that says he's gay. It's like that's death of the author. But in the case of Infinite, very clearly that was the intention when they were writing the game. So I'm more inclined to believe that as opposed to some statement 20 years after the book came out.
Right. Which I get. I still don't know why she just randomly said that. Like, especially since especially since it's been revealed she's kind of homophobic.
She's not homophobic. She's a trans exclusionary radical feminist. By the way, that's politics, so drop it.
Okay, shutting up now.
I have no issue talking about politics. The truth is, I just don't want the channel to be talking about politics because this is supposed to be a gaming channel. I made the exception for the economy stream because the Switch 2. Yeah. I keep calling it the economy stream, but we weren't streaming.
Yeah, we were just recording.
Yeah. I don't know, I think the economy stream... I just like saying that, though, because there's... You know, there are people who actually buy stocks in Magic the Gathering.
Really?
Yeah.
The Magic the Gathering stock?
Yes.
What is those even for?
For money?
Okay, now phrase that. Why are those stocks in Magic the Gathering?
Considering there are cards that are worth tens of thousands of dollars and higher, they are actually treated as tenure. They're basically treated the same way you would treat minted gold.
I suppose, yeah.
So, fun fact, by the way, the reason Magic the Gathering has really shitty cards at high rarity is so that they can get around the printing money allegation.
Wait, what?
Because Magic the Gathering was under the watch of a government entity, saying that they were printing money when they were printing Magic the Gathering cards. So they said cards of higher rarity tend to be worth more in the secondary market. Therefore, you guys are printing money. And then they said, that's not true. We have this card here. It's a really shit card, but it's a max rarity card that's worth nothing. We're not printing money. Yeah. I mean, the reserve list created a gold standard for Magic the Gathering, but this also leads into politics, so we move along. Shit. It's, it kind of reminds me of when Roe v. Wade was overturned, and then there was this whole discussion of how will this affect the Magic the Gathering economy. I was like, what the fuck? And I'm thinking to myself, what do those two have anything to do with each other?
They really don't, but somehow they do.
I don't know. I actually don't even know why that happened.
Is Magic Gathering the only trading card game that has stocks? There aren't any Yu-Gi-Oh stocks?
I'll tell you this, there is Yu-Gi-Oh Economy, but it's worth almost nothing, dude. Yu-Gi-Oh cards are so cheap by comparison.
That is true, yeah. I've seen how much the Black Lady card is.
Black Lotus. Yeah.
Black Lotus, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. We were talking about this Galaga game, right?
The one that is being made by Neil Druckmann.
I'm talking about right now.
Oh yeah, we've talked about this a million times.
Okay, then we'll talk about what happens later about that.
No, we can talk about the end now. It's not a spoiler. This game's old.
I'd rather save that until then, so we have something to talk about.
No, because you're gonna be reading subtitles. The end speech is different.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how before we got to Final Horizon, the final boss was this Galaga. It was literally just this.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was.
That was kind of a downer.
Bold move, Cotton. I will say that it was a bold move.
Yeah.
The thing is that the JP text calls it a lost episode for some reason.
Even though it's not, you can still play it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I actually bothered to translate that specific tooltip. Like these tooltips I'm not gonna press because it's just control tips and I don't really care enough to translate that. But I will translate the main story. I will do that. Because the Wendy's translation mod broke because of an update, so I had to go into the editing myself and retype everything. Which is partially why the series is taking so long. All the text you see, I typed it myself.
Yeah, see, the font's different than usual text.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so weird thinking about the fact that Sage is not the character that the English fans think of her as.
Yeah, I will admit, more used to that compared to what he is here now.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this though, massive L to Ian Flynn here. I don't think any of his characters have spawned anywhere near as much of a fan base as Mayakawa's characters. Because every time I hear people talk about like Shadow, for example, they're referencing the Mayakawa era, so Adventure 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog. The coolest moments of Sonic are the Adventure era and Unleashed.
That is true. Unleash and Adventure were some of the best.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know anybody who's like, oh my god, Sage is my favorite character. Not one person.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. I find it interesting, but I wouldn't say she's my absolute favorite.
I like Sage, I just don't think she's great.
Alright, here we come.
The easiest boss in the game. Specifically phase 1. It's easier than Giganto.
Right.
What is going on with Eggman? What the hell happened to my computer?
Yeah, it is. Wow.
My computer was having a mental breakdown rendering this. Now why would I want to disappoint you? Thank you, Ian Flynn. I wonder if you've noticed, but this entire Let's Play I've actually had a mod installed, the longer quill mod. It just makes Sonic's quills revert to the length they were during the Adventure era.
I think I kind of noticed that.
And yet you...
I just saw Sonic when Sonic was always like that.
Yeah, though his quills are small in this game. Apparently, I'm one of the few people who actually give a shit about the length of Sonic's quills.
I kind of do like give it a longer.
I do like the longer quills. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and here we go. He had the gun.
Why can't our Let's Plays always be at this tone? I prefer this tone. There's no screaming involved.
What can I say? I'm usually an eccentric person.
Bro, look at how fast his health dropped.
Okay. What the heck? I wasn't maxed when I fought him. It wasn't that quick for me.
I don't think you've mastered this game's combat system though.
Probably not, but you're just... I don't know.
Boom. Aerial ponage. Okay? I'm about to do this guy worse than Erica did Battler, man.
Oh, god damn it.
It's true though. It really is a shame that you can't parry this attack. It hits you anyways. And the fight is over.
Standing here. Shh. Oh, but not doing it yet.
And also, don't wake up your folks.
Not my folks. It's my sister.
Don't wake her up either.
I'm trying not to, because I don't want to have another seizure.
Yeah, not a good idea.
Yeah, okay, now it's done.
Standing here. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. What do you think of the design of this Titan?
Honestly, it looks pretty badass. With the white coloring of it shows it's much higher advanced and supposed to be stronger than the others. Its weapon is pretty sick.
The visual
and the giant. Yeah, visually, it is visually more appealing than the others.
Yeah, it's a shame those laser wings never show up in the battle.
Yeah, like what was the point of that?
Well, you gotta realize this Titan was clearly unfinished.
Clearly, yeah.
Well, this game is unfinished. I'll point this out. This game is technically a rush job despite having a 5-year development cycle. I'm still baffled at how they were originally planning on releasing this in 2021.
That's what I'm wondering too. If there's no, I cannot imagine this game 2021.
This game was actually supposed to be in 2020, but then the lockdowns delayed it to
And-
2021, and then Izuka said we need more time, so we got to 2022.
Yeah, that was a. But what was? Okay, I guess that's something we can talk about if it's not risky. What were your thoughts about what the world was like during the lockdown, during the
To
pandemic?
be completely honest, for me, not much really changed. As a matter of fact, I was still going out, just not as often.
For me, it was. I don't know. I guess now that I have to stay inside all the whole time, instead of usually going out with friends, family, or doing classes, kind of made me realize how sad my life is. Okay, like I'm not gonna make this a depression stream about myself, so I'm just be quiet right now. But let's just say, hold on. I missed what it said.
Sage is a masterpiece. She won't fail, or something like that.
Instead of be safe, dear daughter.
Yeah.
Anyways, the end.
The new
It's the
subtitles.
moon. Okay, we'll be reading these.
Yeah.
Seen on all cyberspace. You must have noticed by now too. I'll break the chains of fate. Let me your strength. Let's end this together. This makes more sense what was said in the English.
They took your
'Cause
lives.
it sounded like it was-
It's like, what the hell? Also, the English text says work with the Titans.
Yeah, exactly. It sounded like he was talking to Supreme instead of.
Yeah, instead of Sage.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not reading all that.
I have the orchestrator and arbiter of cosmic order. My light is judgment. I melt all things and return them to primordial dust.
Memorial dust.
Nothing can escape this
Nothing
infinite
can
life.
escape the infinite light.
Answer me,
Answer me,
little life.
little life.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. This boss fight is
Discipline, judgment. In life, everywhere I find peace. What were you saying?
this final boss is so easy.
Many liars are now at peace under my guidance. You say that, but I remember when you first played this,
I
me
was
and Brielle were
bitching.
watching
Yeah,
you,
I
and
know. I was bitching so hard. But the thing is,
Yeah.
you play this game longer and longer, and it becomes easier to
you
you.
go then. It is the aspiration of life to find the meaning of existence. The stronger the aspiration that life embraces, the more doubt and the tribulation will descend
You're
upon.
raising your voice.
Behold, the many lives that flee and try to escape in the face of the hardship before them. Life, except for me, is an entity that cannot overcome his own fragile mind. Life is oblivious to the ignorant and makes it believe only it does not make mistakes.
That's a crazy sentence.
Yeah. There is no such thing as an absolute constant in the universe. Only a future of stupor awaits us in the face of irrationality and absurdity. When judgment comes, reality will be revealed. What did you discern? What did you question? What did you ponder? What did you accomplish? Wow.
Like a different story.
Yeah. I hereby seal this planet forever. My attunement is the ruling of fate on everything that exists in this universe. Since time immemorial,
It has been ordained that aspiring life forms will come to this end, and that there is no way to challenge thine foolishness. I feel like this speech would have been lost on so many English players.
Here I say, The chirps of darkness that darken thine heartbeats. Life, it is stagnated. Enter its twilight, but thou wilt go on. Is it a choice that is hard to understand?
It was so hard to get the timing right on this.
Stop the nonsense now. This is the last warning.
You have
So even though you said this boss is easy, there's still some hard parts.
well, yeah, there's still hard parts. It's just I died one time because I forgot about a certain section. But if I did this again, I could probably do it deathless. Okay, this laser scene is so weird. You could just hold down and dodge all the lasers.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I beat this boss, I was sick with a cold.
I think I'll admit this boss was always weird to me in the beginning, but I do say I do like it just for the dialogue. Even if the English and Japanese are much different.
It's just beyond different. They're not even in the same story.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah.
At this point, you're just trying to survive. You're no longer need to shoot.
Well, technically, I can break the balls.
That is true, yeah.
Make it easier on myself. Can you beat this section without shooting? Probably. It'd probably be really hard, though.
Yeah.
I mean, my issue here is how are they gonna give me the final boss and it be a game that I used to slay on the Nokia? Okay, that's the part that gets me. Why?
Indeed. This was decided from the ordination. It has been repeated time and time again. I see. Is the meaning of thy existence in this universe?
Canst thou devote thy being to the aspiration which guides life? How did I not get hit there?
Something is about to happen. Something that transcends law and time. Is this the beginning of evolution?
Now, I should note that the way that sentence is phrased, it sounds like the end is talking about evolution like it's a person.
Oh, that's why you died?
That's the one, because I forgot that section.
Yeah, otherwise, sorry, if we're talking about like the bigger threat coming, then it's...
Yeah. That's the part that I didn't get.
I see. So this is what the universe is, what life is.
That was a cool final monologue.
So, I guess I have to say, which one I like more, this one or the English one? Wow, they're both indeed vastly different. The Japanese one is more... What's the word I'm looking for?
Eerie.
More eerie, more philosophical too.
Yeah, it's unnerving.
Unnerving, yeah. So it definitely has points with the eerie factor.
The English one just sounds like the end is talking shit. It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's just boasting itself.
It's like, I am
So, like,
inevitable. I'm like, okay, Iron Man.
I will say, I guess in terms of that, the Japanese one is much better.
The only part that I think the English text is better is the I saw you have fought machines and gods, they were mighty, they were finite, I am infinite. That's like the one instance where I think it's better, but then otherwise I think the Japanese speech is better. I want to say it takes until the end of the game for Sage to say this.
See, that makes more sense because in English you just say please protect father.
Which, by
as
the
if they aren't enemy.
Which, by the way, made Sonic seem like a massive asshole. It's like, Sonic,
Right.
please protect my father. And then Sonic proceeds to not give a fuck about that. Yep. Damn, I missed this game so much, man. This game was so fun. I still can't believe I did the live stream sick, and I did my first playthrough sick.
No subtitles here.
Here, you did it.
Why did you not do them here? Did you forget?
I forgot. I mean, it's like, here, you did it, over there. Like, that's all she said. Damn. Poor Eggman.
Yeah, but it's a good thing this ending isn't canon.
Yeah. I mean, both endings are sad, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
In the English text is Eggman lost his kid, and that's pretty sad. The Japanese text is Eggman is, he's questioning his resolve.
What do you mean by his resolve?
Because before the fight started, he says, Sage is a masterpiece, I won't worry. And he's thinking to himself, did I do it right? Was it a good idea to let her go? I mean, I will say that the Japanese line of another moon will appear from the dark side of the moon is definitely a weird sentence when translated to English. Anyhow, I will say that this is my favorite song in the whole game, Dear Father.
Dude, I'm gonna take them into the song because I remember the first time I kind of I ignored it, but now I want to really listen to it.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I don't think this is a good video.
Probably not.
It's fine. We have the super final battle to do this.
Who's singing this?
I think it's the actress for Sage.
Yeah, I thought so. It sounds very like her.
I think this is actually the English actress, yeah.
Which kind of makes the song more emotional.
Yeah.
I think I'm starting to see what you mean now with this song.
Yeah.
Writer, story script, Ian Flynn, Mayo Kishimoto, Junpei Utsu.
Junpei Utsu is one of the Sonic counselors. He's part of his job is to determine what Sonic is. So everyone's saying that Ian Flynn wrote this game. That's actually not true. What happened is that Ian Flynn, Sega actually wrote the story. Like the actual Sega corporate wrote the story, and then they just tasked Ian Flynn with making the English dialogue. That's the huge difference. So people saying this is one of Ian Flynn's best stories, it's not entirely true. Junpei Utsu, by the way, is the one who wrote the Japanese script. Morio Kishimoto just said yes and no to the English and Japanese scripts. Absolutely. I mean, Sonic Frontiers' main story is both languages is really good either way. It's just, when I say I like the story of Frontiers, I mean the entire experience, not just the writing of the gameplay as well. I think it's safe to say it's the story mode.
I completely get you. Like, the story mode is okay. The story itself is meh. Like I said, I'm more interested in the backstory, but I still enjoyed it. But the gameplay wise itself, the game in general, it was fantastic. It was the first time I actually felt, what's the word? Enlightened or enlightened? Invested in a Sonic game for a long time.
Yeah, the Pontac really fucked it up for everybody.
They did, yeah. And the good thing is after that they were starting to get better.
Well, yeah, Pontac is gone.
Yeah.
I'll never forgive them for what they did to the series from Colors all the way to Forces. I cannot forgive them for that. That was so bad.
We're looking at fewer generations.
Yeah, the thing is, Generations wasn't Pontap's doing. That was because Sonic Team was programming a fire gameplay. I don't think anybody's in love with the Generations music. I mean, story.
Yeah.
Which I will say, I don't know how Ian Flynn did it, but he fucked up Generations story. It's like, guys,
yeah,
you didn't even have. They announced that Sonic Shadow Generations is gonna have story rewrites, so everyone's thinking, oh, they're gonna make new cutscenes and shit. No,
But no.
they just changed things that didn't need to be changed without the time stones. Even though Tails wasn't there for the time stones, shit. Oh yeah, Styx is in here.
Did you change? Did you add these up, or did
I
you
did
forget
add
these
these.
too?
I only missed that one sentence. I've added these.
Okay, no, so.
At least that's the same in both.
Yeah.
みんなもやりたいことが見つかったし、よかったじゃないか。
僕の技術力で平和を守ってみせるよ。ソニック、今度会った時
Oh yeah, cause
後悔するわよ。
in the English book she mentioned sticks,
I
which
wonder if
makes no
Cream and
sense.
Styx are free. We'll make a road trip out of it.
Cream at least makes sense, but sticks she shouldn't exist at all.
No, she shouldn't. I don't know why they even said that. Ian Flynn, how dare you?
I do admit, like did they mention Tango though? 'Cause at least that makes sense. Oh, you skipped that ending too?
Well, we're gonna see those credits in the Final Horizon ending.
True. Okay, what do you think they were doing here? If they're already doing Final Horizon by this point, what were they trying to do here?
Well, they didn't know they were doing Final Horizon. The only reason we got Final Horizon is because Sonic Frontiers outsold every 3D Sonic game.
So they were just planning something else with the God sign or whatever.
Yeah. So that's the main campaign of Sonic Frontiers. David, your thoughts?
I still stand with the day that Sonic Frontiers is one of the best Sonic games ever to be made, and that yeah, the makers of this game did a good job. And now seeing the story as it is in Japanese, wow, they changed a lot, which makes things different.
Yeah.
For the better, I mean, for the better.
Yeah. Very well then, everybody. Have a nice day.